Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated on Tuesday the first International Petroleum Conference and Exhibition held at the Cairo International Conference Center. High-level delegation headed by Prime Minister Sharif Ismail is attending the event. In his address, Ismail said the oil sector aims to reach the highest investment levels during the upcoming years to cope with the ambitious programs in the oil industry and gas fields. He said transparency, political stability and promising oil potential are one of the most important factors that have contributed to attracting oil investments to Egypt throughout the past 3 years. The three-day gathering includes 3 conferences to be addressed by 100 speakers from 80 different countries. Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Tarek Al-Mullah, said Egypt is taking seriously and swift steps to improve the investment atmosphere of the oil and gas sectors to guarantee the flow of foreign finances, especially in the fields of research and exploration. He said this will have a direct impact on the sustainability of the country's energy supplies and address its needs.
Ahead of the inauguration, Nile TV's correspondent Linda Abdul-Latif held an interview with the Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Engineer Tarek Al-Mullah.
On the sidelines of the Egypt's 2017 known as the Egypt Petroleum Show that is held under the auspices and with the attendance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, I'm being joined right now by Minister of Petroleum Engineer Tarek Al-Mullah to update us more on this 3-day event. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us today on Nile TV.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, sir, we'd like you to speak a little bit more about the Egypt's 2017 event that is taking place today.
Well, Egypt's 2017 is held for the first time in Egypt, and we are aiming to have such an event, which is a conference together with an exhibition, and will be including several technical and discussion sessions for the event, and this will be for about 3 days. And we are happy to have, as a first time, numerous participation from different international companies and regional companies as well for all the domain in all business activities, whether in production or in services. And these are demonstrations to show that we are really an attractive market for oil and gas, and that the companies and the investments and the investors are really interested for doing so. In addition to that, we have been able to have like 320 exhibitors, and 320 exhibitors for the first time. This means a very good representation for the conference and the exhibition. And in addition to all that, we are very proud that this conference is held under the patronage of His Excellency the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Not only that, but we will be also honored for having him to inaugurate the conference and the exhibition. So we are very happy and very proud, and this all shows together the commitment of the country represented by the President himself and the Prime Minister to come and inaugurate and support such big event.
Now, sir, we would like you to speak a little bit more about some of the opportunities that are available in this sector.
Well, we were talking about the latest discoveries of gas, and we heard all about Zohr, definitely. And Zohr is not the end. We always talk about Zohr as the beginning. We have a lot of opportunities of exploration and production and acquisitions. So we are very attracting and very attractive in the field of exploration. Therefore, what we are showing during the conference, from discussions and sessions that we have, what are the actions that we have taken and the reforms that we have made, and the incentives that we have given to our upstreamers and other upstreamers that would like to join the industry and the opportunities in Egypt. And this is what we are going to talk about during the 3 days in the conference.
To what extent are the foreign investors and the domestic ones indeed actually interested in investing in the Egyptian petroleum?
Well, we have seen this a lot, actually. We had already confirmed 8 billion plus investments for this year, and hope that we will continue on having this for the coming few years on a yearly basis. So I think this in itself shows the big investments that we are undergoing, and actually this is an international industry that all companies are represented in other countries as well. Therefore, they all talk together and they all say that we are investing in Egypt, we are betting in Egypt, and this will help us all in further excelling the environment of investment in Egypt.
Jordan's Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources, Dr. Ibrahim Saif, was also present at the inauguration and spoke to our correspondent, Linda Abdul-Latif.
Discoveries of the gas in the East Mediterranean, and with the new kind of relaunching and the activities that are taking place, and the bilateral also relation that Egypt is trying to extend with other neighboring countries, and with countries even further than in the neighborhood. Actually, it looks very promising, and also even the attendance of this conference, the attendees, reflects the growing interest in Egypt business and in conducting business in Egypt.
How are Egypt and Jordan currently cooperating in the petroleum sector?
We have very deep and good bilateral relations. Remember, since 2004, Egypt is used to provide Jordan with its needs of LNG, the gas, for the electricity generation. And now we're actually I am here to attend the conference, but also to look at the future of this relation and how can we enhance and again reconnect on this field, given the new realities that is appearing in this field in Egypt. And there are some other technical and also joint investment that we're planning and envisaging with my counterpart here in Egypt. So we think the relations are only growing, and we look forward to sort of enhance. And there are really some good news that I'm hearing while in Egypt about the and the new administration, and also the efficiency with which they are conducting and the rapidity that they're doing this business in Egypt.
Nile TV's Linda Abdul-Latif also spoke to the UAE's Minister of State, Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, ahead of the inauguration.
I'm very appreciative of the fact that I've been invited to this very important gathering. In fact, I find this to be a very timely conference and exhibition. Egypt has evolved as a true global player in the energy sector with the very recent discoveries, explorations, discoveries, as well as hopefully the assets that will be producing very soon. Egypt will continue to play an important role in the region, not only to help ensure stability and security, but also to help ensure that we are able to meet our energy requirements. We are all aware that the energy requirements are increasing. There will be a 25% increase in the global demand, and this will mainly be met by oil and gas. Oil and gas will continue to play a critical role in helping meet the global energy requirements. And with such new discoveries in Egypt, with the fact that the regulatory framework now supports the attraction of unique investments to the advancement of the energy sector in Egypt, we are very much confident that Egypt will play an important in helping advance the energy sector and helping meet the global energy requirements.
And how are Egypt and the UAE currently cooperating together in the petroleum and oil and gas field?
Well, you know, this relationship is well established. It spans all sectors and all fields. Energy is just another area of common cooperation between the United Arab Emirates and Egypt. And since ever, the UAE will always look for ways to create new avenues of strategic cooperation with Egypt. Energy and oil and gas in particular, as well as renewables, are two areas of interest between both countries, and we will see a lot of new cooperation in the area.
Parliament discusses on Tuesday the final list of the cabinet reshuffle after receiving it from Prime Minister Sharif Ismail. MP Ali Masalhi resigned from his post as the head of the Economic Committee after being nominated for a portfolio in the new cabinet. The Prime Minister said that the reshuffle includes 8 portfolios, including the ministries and the economic group and services.
Al-Azhar is hosting a consultative conference over an initiative dubbed Boosting Ethics in the Egyptian Society. The conference is held under the auspices of the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Dr. Ahmad al-Tayyib, and His Holiness Pope Tawadros II, the leader of the Coptic Orthodox Church. Al-Azhar had announced that the conference aims at discussing means of restoring social ethics and solidarity in the Egyptian society. Egypt said Egyptian people have witnessed many wars which have had their impact on the society, warning that some of the morals characteristic of Egyptians are vanishing. Tayyip said that terrorism is the biggest challenge facing the Egyptian people, which he said they would overcome due to their cultural, religious and historic heritage. For his part, Pope Tawadros II stressed the importance of the roles of the family schools in enshrining ethics and principles. He also highlighted the importance of stressing respect for women and the rights of children, as well as reviving the spirit of patriotism in the youth.
Lebanese President Michel Aoun on Tuesday told representatives of the Arab League in Cairo that militant attacks were putting the world on the brink of a third world war and that they threatened to destroy humanity and civilization. Aoun confirmed that terrorism is waging an international war, hiding behind religious slogans. Aoun said that the world is going through circumstances similar to those of World War II. He noted that terrorism turned the Arab-Israeli conflict into an intra-Arab conflict in an attempt to destroy the Arab world. This came in his speech in the Arab League Council of Permanent Representatives, which he made as part of his 2-day visit to Egypt. Addressing the Palestinian cause, Aoun said that after regaining the strength, Lebanon is ready to support the Palestinians, warning that Israel is trying to Judaize Jerusalem and distort its Arab entity. He called for the establishment of a Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital. He also held talks with the Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait earlier in the day.
The Arab League headquarters in Cairo is hosting the 4th General Session of the Arab Parliament's 2nd legislative term. The 4 committees of the Arab Parliament had held preparatory meetings for the conference. Meetings of the Foreign and Political Affairs Committee discussed the situation in the Middle East, especially the Palestinian issue, as well as developments in Syria. Financial and Economic Affairs Committee discussed economic integration amongst Arab states.
Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry received a phone call from the UN envoy for Syria, Staffan de Mistura, to brief him on the latest preparations for Geneva talks between the Syrian parties. De Mistura stressed on the importance of the Egyptian role in efforts to settle the Syrian crisis, especially as a member of the United Nations Security Council. For his part, Shoukry reaffirmed Egypt's keenness on finding a political solution to the Syrian crisis. He expressed hope that de Mistura will succeed in his mission to implement the outcome of the Geneva Conference and the UN Security Council Resolution 2254.